Ayaboa, Vanakkam, Salam Alaikum, and Kia ora. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato 25th Anniversary Celebrations. My name is Shurmi.
My name is Dishan.
My name is Seshan.
I'm Akisha.
I'm Dehini. I'm Senumi.
I'm Parami.
And
We will be your hosts for today.
however, before we proceed any further in today's program, we would like to brief you on some housekeeping measures. Firstly, the fire exits can be found at the rear of the hall towards the left and right, and at the front of the hall towards the left and right. And on the balcony, they are towards the rear. The toilets can be found through the exits towards your left and right. Everybody, please rise for the national anthems of Sri Lanka and New Zealand.
මෑතකදී ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ හා නවසීලන්තයේ සිදුවුණු අවාසනාවන්ත සිදුවීම් වෙනුවෙන් විනාඩි 2ක නිශ්ශබ්දතාවයක රැඳෙමින් ඔබ සැමගෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
We will now hold 2 minutes of silence to pay our respect to all those who were affected by the recent tragic event in Sri Lanka and New Zealand.
Thank you.
සම්බුද්ධ සත්ධර්ම අනුහසින් ගෝවින්ද ශ්‍රී ස්කන්ධ ශාන්තියෙන් කමලාසනාරූඪ සරස්වතී ආශිර්වාදයෙන් රසික ඔබ මිලනයෙන් ආනන්ද ජනක වූ මේ සොඳුරු රාත්‍රී යාමයේ සුවහසක් සවන් යුග ප්‍රීතියෙන් උදම් වේවා ප්‍රීතියෙන් උදම්
We now invite the distinguished guests to partake in the oil lamp lighting ceremony. These are Malcolm Martinez, Mervyn Sumanratna, Ranjit Kure, Upul Herath, Prashanti Amarasinghe, Dhammika Subasinghe, Ajit Ratnayaka, Ruchira Silva, Chandani Jinadasa, and Nihal Nuvegoda.
නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන් සැදී සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදී නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන් සැදී සරණ හංස සේරුබෝම පොකුණු සීත පැන් පිරි සරණ හංස සේරුබෝම පොකුණු සීත පැන් පිරි සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදී නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන් සැදී මමද නාග ලෝකයෙන් මෙපුර ආමි නාලසේ සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදි නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන් සැදී පෙනෙන සූප මීපුරේ පෙනෙන සූප මීපුරේ වන්දිති ඊට දීපවාසි රකිති ධර්ම සාක්‍ය වංශ මුනිදු දේශනා රකිති ධර්ම සාක්‍ය වංශ මුනිදු දේශනා ලෙසින් සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදි නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන් සැදී සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදි නොයෙක් සරණ හංස සේරු බෝම පොකුණු සීත පැන් පිරී සරණ හංස සේරු බෝම පොකුණු සීත පැන් පිරී සුවඳ පාත්ම ඕලුවාදි නොයෙක් පුෂ්පයෙන්
I would like to have all our past presidents to join us in cutting the anniversary cake. To mark the 25th anniversary, the committee has decided to honor our past presidents by issuing a new membership card which will be given to all the members, and we will be beginning by giving the cards to our past presidents. Thank you.
පිළිගැනීමේ කතාව ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම සඳහා අපි දැන් වේදිකාවට ආරාධනා කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා වයිකැටෝ මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ සභාපති නිහාල් නුගේගොඩ මහතාටයි.
Now I'd like to welcome the president of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato, Nihal Nugegoda, to deliver the welcome speech to commence the 25th anniversary celebrations.
Ayubowan, Wanakkam, Kia ora, good evening. Pujapada Dunuvila Methya Swamin Wahansegeන් අවසරයි. Distinguished invitees, dear friends and kids. I warmly welcome you all for this significant occasion of 25th anniversary celebration of Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato. Anniversaries are opportunities to recollect on the years gone by and to plan for the years ahead. The past years have been happy and prosperous in many ways. Despite the all stumbling blocks along the way, we have moved together to achieve our goals. We look forward to beautiful years to come, a time to build and support relationships even further, a time to create and cherish more shared memories, and time to get even closer to our goals. Tonight, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary. I value even more the special people whom we can share this occasion with. In particular, I would like to pass my sincere gratitude to Malcolm Martinez, our inaugural president. Also not forgetting the late Bennett Lekam Masam, who could be termed as founding father of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society. I also like to remember with gratitude the executive committee for their bold effort to establish the society in 1994. I'd also like to remember all the past presidents and the executive committee for their dedication. Thank you very much, one and all, for being beside us these past years, and may you be ever near in the years to come. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you Nihal Nugegoda for your speech. ශ්‍රී ලංකාව යාත්ව සාහිත්‍යයෙන් හා කලාවෙන් පෝෂිත දේශයක්. අපි දැවැන්ත සිනමා කර්මාන්තයකට උරුමකම් කියනවා. එහි ඉතිහාසය අනාදිමත් කාලයකට දිව යනවා. 1980 වර්ෂයේ රචිත ගඟ අතර සිත්තමෙහි එන ප්‍රවීණ නළු විජය කුමාරතුංගයන් විසින් ගායනා කළ ගඟ අතර ගීතය අද ඔබට තිරින කරන්නේ හෂිරා කුරේ සහ සුරංග පීරිස් විසින්.
Sri Lanka has a colourful culture which also consists of a strong film industry. Filmed in 1980, Ganga Adara was one of Sri Lanka's hit films and featured an equally famous love song of the same name. Tonight, singing it as a duet, we have Hashira Kure and Suranga Piris. Wow, that was an amazing performance. Well done. අපි දැන් පූජ්‍ය දුනුවිල මෙත්තේය ස්වාමීන්සේගේ අනුශාසනාවකට සවන් දෙමු.
We will now have a short sermon by the Venerable Dunuvilla Metteyya Thero.
කාරුණික පින්තුනි, මේ වෙලාවේදී ඊටම කෙටි වචන කිහිපයක් අපේ විහාරස්ථානයේ භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේ හැටියට අපේ ආශිර්වාදය සමග ප්‍රදානය කිරීමටයි මා කල්පනා කළේ. ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමී ආරම්භයේ පිළිබඳව අපි බොහෝ කතා අහලා තියෙනවා. පසුගිය වසර 15ක පමණ කාලයක් අපේ විහාරස්ථානයේ භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේ හැටියට මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමෙහි කටයුතු සිදු වුණු ආකාරය බොහොම ළඟින් දැක්කා. ඒ වගේ මේ කටයුතුත් එක්කලා විහාරස්ථානීය එකට එකතු වෙලා සම්බන්ධව කටයුතු කළා. ඒ තුළ ශ්‍රී ලාංකික පිරිසක් හැටියට අපි මේ සමාජයට අපේ සමාජයට වගේම මේ සමාජයට කළ සේවය අපි තාම හොඳින් අත්දැක්කා. ශ්‍රී ලාංකික පිරිසක් හැටියට අපි එකතු වෙලා මේ විදිහට සංවිධානයක් යටතේ කටයුතු කිරීම තුළ අපි අපේ ජනතාව බොහොම හොඳින් බලා ගන්නවා. අපේ වැඩිහිටියන්, අපේ දරුවන් අපිට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට මඟ පෙන්වමින් මේ සමාජයේ හොඳ සත්පුරුෂ සමාජිකයන් හැටියට කටයුතු කරන්න අවශ්‍ය මඟ පෙන්වලා දෙනවා. මම හිතනවා අපි අපේ ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ප්‍රජාව ඒ හැටියෙන් බලා ගැනීමම නවසීලන්ත සමාජයට කරන මහත් වූ සේවාවක්. අපි ආරක්ෂා වෙනවා වගේම අපි අපපෝෂණය වෙනවා වගේම අපේ ශ්‍රී ලාංකික උරුමයන් ආරක්ෂා කරනවා ගන්නවා වගේම අපි ජීවත් වන මේ නවසීලන්ත සමාජයටත් මහත් වූ සේවාවක් එයින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා 25 වන උපන්දිනයේ සමරන 25 වන අනුස්මරණය කරන මේ උතුම් සම්භාවනීය අවස්ථාවේදී මම කැමැති ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ ආරම්භ ඉඳන් මේ දක්වා කටයුතු කරලා යම් කෙනෙක් පරලෝසුපත් වුණා නම් ඒ හැම දිනාටම පුණ්‍යානුමෝදනා කරන්නට. ඒ වගේම මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ ආරම්භ ඉඳන් මේ දක්වා විවිධ තනතුරු දරමින් විවිධාකාරයෙන් සම්බන්ධ වෙමින් අනුමෝදන් වෙමින් සේවය කරන පින්වත් හැම දිනාටම අපේ ආශිර්වාදයේ ප්‍රදානය කරන්නට ඔබ කරන මේ බෝසත් කාර්යය ඔබට වගේම මුළු මහත් ලෝකයේටම මහත් වූ සේවාවක්. ඒ උතුම් සේවාවෙන් ඔබ සලසා ගන්න පුණ්‍ය ශක්තිය ඔබටත් ඔබ හදා වඩා පෝෂණය කළ මව් දෙමාපියන්ටත් ඔබට මේ උතුම් ගුණ මඟ බණ මඟ ශිල්ප සාතුන් ගුරුතුමන්ටත් ඔබ හදන වඩන පෝෂණය කරන දරුවන්ටත් කායික මානසික සුව සැනසෙල්ල පිණිසම හේතු වේවා කියලා විශේෂයෙන්ම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. මේ සේවාවන් ඉතා මොහොතින් ඉදිරියට පවත්වාගෙන යන්නට අපිට අපි හැමදෙනාටම සමගිය සමාදානයේ සහයෝගයේ සහජීවනයේ ඇතුව කටයුතු කරන්නට තෙරුවන්ගේ ආශිර්වාදයත් දෙවි දේවතාවුන්ගේ ආරක්ෂා රැකවරණත් ඔබ අපි සෑම දෙනාගේම චිත්ත ශක්තියේ බලයත් ඒකාන්ත වශයෙන් සැලසේවා. ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ප්‍රජාවට ඒ වගේම නවසීලන්ත මුළු මහත් ජනතාවට යහපත් පුරවැසියන් හැටියට ජීවත් වන්නට ඔබ අප එකතුව සිද්ධ කරන මේ සේවාව ඒකාන්ත වශයෙන් උපකාර වේවා කියන ප්‍රාර්ථනාව සිද්ධ කරමින් මගේ කෙටි අනුශාසනාව නිමාටපත් කරනවා. හැම දිනාටම තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
I bow my head in thanks to Venerable Metteyya Thero. ශ්‍රී ලංකාව යන සංගීත කලාවේ විවිධත්වයට මුල් තැන දුන් දේශයකි. අද චමත්කාරජනක සංගීතයෙන් ඔබ සමගයේ දෙසවම් පුරවන්නට මම ඉතා ආදරයෙන් ඇරයුම් කර සිටිනවා වයිකටෝ ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ සංගීත කණ්ඩායමට.
Sri Lanka is a country renowned for its diversity in musical culture. From our popular fast-paced violin music influenced by the Portuguese to our more slow-paced folk-style music. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, showcasing the musical variety of Sri Lanka, we have a live band performing a medley. So everybody, put your hands together for the Sri Lankan Friendship Society Band. We now invite the Deputy Mayor of Hamilton, Councillor Martin Gallagher, to present his speech.
Hi, Buan. On behalf of our Mayor, Andrew King, who unfortunately cannot be with you tonight because he is currently leading a official delegation to our sister city in Chengdu, but he has asked me to convey his very, very best wishes. It's also very important that I acknowledge my senior council colleague Paula Southgate, who's with me tonight, and also our Ethnic Affairs Advisor Jovi, who will of course be speaking to you later this evening. I want to acknowledge the presence of the Honourable David Bennett, Member of Parliament for Hamilton East, and the Honourable Tim McIndoe, Member of Parliament for Hamilton West. It is very appropriate on this occasion I should acknowledge Dr. Malcolm Martinez and the past presidents and executive members of the Sri Lankan Society over the last 25 years. And I also just want to say at a personal level, I, as a very, very young Member of Parliament 25 years ago, enjoyed my coming along to the various events and functions organised by your society by a former Member of Parliament, Di Yates. We thoroughly enjoyed that interaction and have very many fond memories. On a serious note, I want to absolutely acknowledge the very significant contribution that the Sri Lankan community has made in the field, particularly of medicine, education, and science, and other various walks of life. I also want to note and observe the fact that we just a moment ago observed a minute's silence for the two terrible tragedies that afflicted both our countries. And we also observed that out of that tragedy in both countries, Sri Lanka and New Zealand, we witnessed amazing heroism, amazing compassion, and we were reminded that notwithstanding the attempts of evil to actually invade our two countries, so to speak, and cause so much damage and grief, the basic goodness of our two peoples overcame those tragedies, and we should never forget that. What I also want to do is acknowledge the wonderful work you have done over 25 years in keeping Sri Lankan culture alive in Hamilton, and also conveying that to your children and now, of course, grandchildren. And that, of course, has been extremely important. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to keep those traditional languages from Sri Lanka alive in Hamilton and amongst your young people, and how important it is to convey to your young people the ability as Sri Lankan New Zealanders to celebrate and adore and celebrate both their wonderful heritage, both in terms of Sri Lanka and, of course, in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Without further ado, I want to, on behalf of the Mayor and Council, thank you again for the wonderful contribution you make as Sri Lankan New Zealanders to Hamilton Kirikiriroa. Thank you so much. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Thank you, Martin Gallagher, for your valuable words. Indrani Pereira, Mallika Pereira saha Airangani Pereira යන සොහොයුරියන් තිදෙනාගේ ඉතා ජනප්‍රිය ගීතයක් වන කුරුල්ලනේ නුඹලාගේ සන්තෝෂය ගීතය අද ඔබට රංගනයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ අපේ සංගමේ පුංචි නංගිලා මල්ලිලා කණ්ඩායම.
In our next item, we have the Society's younger members performing a dance to a song by one of Sri Lanka's greatest musical talents, the Three Sisters. This dance has been choreographed by Amandi Vitanage and coordinated by Achini Pereira to the song Kurulane Numalage Santose, a song about the dream worlds of children.
Well done kids. What a brilliant dance. අපි දැන් වේදිකාවට ආරාධනා කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ පළමු සභාපතිවරයාණන් වශයෙන් කටයුතු කළ මැල්කම් මාටිනස් මහතාණන් වෙතයි.
The 25th anniversary celebrations, of course, would not be complete without a speech by this next person. He was an instrumental figure in the formation of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato, as he was the founding president of the society back in 1994. So I now invite President Malcolm Martinez to come and present his speech.
Good evening, friends. I must thank the President and the Executive Committee for inviting me to address this awesome gathering. It's a celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato, and it is an honor which I always will cherish. My congratulations to you all for reaching such a notable milestone, and my good wishes that in your next 25 years you will find things as good as now. Of course, I won't be able to attend perhaps I might dwell a little on the beginnings of the society. In the early 1970s, there were the 3 Sri Lankan families in Hamilton. And after slow growth reached a grand total of 25 families when the Sri Lankan Friendship Society was formed. The chief architect was the late Bennett Dekamvasa, who was the deputy head of the Waikato Hospital Board, who felt that we were now large enough to form a Sri Lankan society to preserve our rich culture, traditions and heritage which identify us as Sri Lankans. In order to do this, we shall follow the rituals of Mother Lanka in this respect. They had some important anniversaries in Sri Lanka, like the Sinhala and Tamil New Year, the Independence Day, Vesak, Christmas, which we celebrate on a large scale. Public holidays were declared, and the whole country was in joyous mood. We in New Zealand, however, could never match all this extravaganza. So we just had this important calendar day by organizing concerts and traditional songs and dances and drama to encourage especially the younger members of the Sri Lankan. The society looked after the needs and welfare of the members, and on one occasion, a young family lost their father in a motor car accident while he was traveling from Hamilton to Otago to join his wife and children. They felt completely lost because they didn't have many friends. The society stepped in and collected funds and took over the funeral arrangements to the satisfaction of everyone. The society has been active in all the city activities, from marches at Easter Parade to food stalls in the numerous fairs, and children taking part in song and dance concerts involving ethnic groups. Members of the society hold important positions in many areas. The Waikato Hospital has many Sri Lankans, both junior and senior, and I've never seen a period at which there were less than 4 Sri Lankan doctors in the Waikato Hospital. The Waikato University and scientific research centers also have distinguished Sri Lankans. In particular, we should speak about a bright spark who came from Amalangoda, who is now an electronic engineer, researcher and teacher at the Waikato University. He was inspired by the dancing colored lights at the Vesak Pandal. In times of natural disasters like the 2004 Indonesian tsunami, large areas of the southern and eastern coastline in Sri Lanka were severely affected. The society rallied around and sent a lot of boxes full of clothing to the survivors who had lost everything. Evan Wilson of the Hamilton City Council approached the society to inquire if we could collect some money to pay for the houses which Evan said he would build with the help of his builder's friends at their own cost. We raised something like 24,000, and the government matched this with another 24,000. And about 40 houses were built, and I'm sure the members of the Sri Lankan society celebrating this 25 years of useful existence are proud of their achievements. Thank you.
Thank you Michael Martinez for your speech. කියන්න සුළඟේ ඔබ කොයි සිටදෝ එන්නේ යන ගීතයේ අර්ථයෙන් අපිට කියා දෙන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුළ පිහිටි අපූර්ව උරුමයන් පිළිබඳවයි. මෙම ගීතයෙන් ඔබ සම පිනවන්නට දනිදු හා උදුල බණ්ඩාර සොහොයුරන්ටයි මේ ආරාධනය.
Next we have a song which speaks of the importance of nature and also the beautiful heritages all over Mother Lanka. And tonight, Udula and Danidu Bandara will be singing us this song.
Incredible singing Udula and Danidu. සොඳුරු වස්ත්‍රාභරණයෙන් සැරසී ඇය මේ මිහි පිට පා තැබූ දෙවගණක් මෙන් දෙවියන්ගේ බ්‍රහ්මයන්ගේ මිනිසුන්ගේ රස වින්දනය පිණිස සොඳුරු නර්තනයන්ගෙන් රැඟුම් දක්වන්නීය. පිළිගන්න සාදරයෙන් වේදිකාවට මෙතායා සුබසිංහ.
The next item is a solo dance performed by Methaya Subasinghe and choreographed by Inoka Vimalaratna. It is inspired by the traditional low country dance Surambawaliya, a rhythmic representation of women playing with golden spheres.
dance Mathaya, Way to Go. We now invite the Hamilton City Council Ethnic Development Advisor, Jovi Ebelanosa, to come say a few words.
Kia ora, kumusta? Good evening, ayabowan, and vanakam. It's always a pleasure to come to the Sri Lankan events. Thank you, Nihal and Neomal and the rest of the committee for always inviting us. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's very dark, but of course I'd like to acknowledge all the special guests that we have here. We have the MPs, MP Tim Makindo, MP David Bennett. We have Deputy Mayor Martin Gallagher, and he's just whispered to me before I came up that he has got another appointment, so he's going to secretly excuse himself. We also have, of course, our councillor Paula Southgate. I don't forget anyone. Oh, of course, acknowledging Venerable Metaya. And we've also got representatives from our funding organizations. We have Jenny from the Department of Internal Affairs and Trust Waikato CEO Dennis Turton. Of course, I'd also like to, especially, it's 25 years, it's a milestone. I'd like to acknowledge the past presidents that I got to know from my work. Ajit, Damika, Prasanthi, Chandani, Ruchira, did I forget anyone? And of course, all the others. It's a pleasure to see that all the previous presidents have been here to attend the celebrations. Yes, as the first, the president previously who spoke said, and based on my research, you started your organization sometime in the 1970s. And over those years, and in the time that I've been with council, I've definitely seen the organization grow right before my eyes because I take photos. I've seen the beautiful kids growing right before my eyes. And that's always a pleasure. I know you've organized this so that you can promote your language, your culture, and that is very important. I know you also are very much into sports, and it was a pleasure to see the band earlier. I was telling Jenny, I always just see the regulars, the Sri Lankans singing and the dancing, but that was a revelation for me. I wanted to dance. I'm sure Paula also wanted to dance from those beats. Yes, just acknowledging all the wonderful contributions that the community does to Hamilton and I'm sure the wider Waikato, all the professions and the trades that you may be involved in. Thank you for the wonderful work that you do and thank you for choosing Hamilton to be your home. Istuti.
Thank you, Joey, for your valuable words. ජීවිතේ සතුට සොයා යෑමෙන් දුක්ඛම් කටළු වළක්වනවා නම් ඔබගේ ජීවිතයේ සැඟුණු සතුට සොයන්නට තැත් කරන්නයි කියා කියමින් අද දින මෙම නර්තනය ඔබ වෙත ගෙන එන්නේ අපේ සංගමේ ලාබාල සමාජිකයන් පිරිසක්.
Our next item is a dance which portrays how something as simple as a smile can convey the contagious emotions of happiness, hope, and positivity. Coordinated by Uppsala Suravira and choreographed by Roshni Ratnaika, we present to you the Primary School Children Dance Group.
spectacular dance kits, magnificent. We would now like to invite Dennis Durton, CEO of the Trust Waikato, to come speak to you now.
It's certainly a hard act to follow, and I congratulate the young ones on what they've done there. I can't see a thing standing here, so hopefully I'm doing it okay. I know that I stand between a speech and another act as well, so I'm going to keep this short, but I do think it's a time to reflect when you hit these milestones, and I wonder, as you were 25 years ago, you were sitting there wondering how this might look in the future. I bet you all your expectations have been surpassed with what we've seen here tonight and in previous times. Trust Waikato has a vision of vibrant and resilient Waikato communities. Obviously, we've seen the vibrancy here tonight, and we've seen the resilience of your community over the last few years as well, with some of the tragedies that you've encountered and the way that you've come through. And we acknowledge the contribution that you make to our communities and us achieving our vision. Our vision is actually a reflection of the community as well, and we see it every day in our work. So finally, look, the Trust would like to congratulate you on your 25-year anniversary. It's no mean feat getting there, and I look forward to many more. Thank you.
මේළඟ අංගය වන්නේ සිනලි කුරුප්පුගේ අශ්වින් පීරිස් කුෂාල් ජයකුමාර හා චලකු ප්‍රනාන්දු විසින් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නට සූදානම් මෙලනි ජයකුමාර විසින් පුරුදු පුහුණු කරන ලද තාරණ නාට්‍ය සම්ප්‍රදායේ සම්ප්‍රදායික නර්තනයක්.
This next item is a dance choreographed by Melanie J. Kumar called Krishna Ni Bigane Baro, which is a poem with an invocation to Krishna. The dance to this traditional poem will be performed to us tonight by Sinani Kurupuge, Ashwin Piris, Kushal J. Kumar, and Chenuka Fernando with a contemporary twist.
Save all the little ones, they need a teacher, and you are the only one we can rely on to build a better world, a world that's for children, a world that's for everyone. Krishna ni begane
superb. A valuable asset to the growth and diversification of the society are our sponsors. He will now make a few presentations about their respective businesses.
Hello. So thank you so much once again. Welcome to everyone as well. Thank you for having us here. It's been a pleasure to join you guys and also celebrate this wonderful occasion. So myself, I'm Randall, and right with me is
Yogesh.
And we're here from NZHL Melville branch, which is just down by Normandy Ave. Next slide. So basically, based on this slide, is what we're all about. We're about achieving your goals and navigating your debt. So we've been...
Yes, the people who don't know about NZHL, we were formed 22 years ago, right here in Hamilton. And so we are New Zealand born and bred. And today we have around 85 branches all over the country. And we are from Normandy Ave and NZHL Melbourne. Yes, so $41 million is what we have saved to our NZHL clients compared to a standard mortgage in a bank. So this is all due to our following our processes.
So right now, that number there is 58% of households in New Zealand have some sort of household stress because of their finances. It's also a big problem in New Zealand. We've got about 164% of a household debt to income ratio. How are we going to solve that? And that's where we come in. Let's just take a normal example here. We've got a $250,000 mortgage with 30 years at an interest rate of 5.85 over the term of the loan. That's about $530,000 worth of interest. But now we've got a discounting factor of 0.5. It's only a $28,000 worth saving. When you think about that, that's not much over the term of the loan. $28,000, next slide, thanks, is a cup of coffee. $4.50 a day, 4 coffees a week, over 30 years is about $28,000. You could do the math, and it's about that much. So what we can do is, you can't really affect the rates, but what you can do is you can affect how they affect you. Low rates do not pay interest rates. It's how you put something in place to make that.
So this is like a slide from our DebtNav software, which is a groundbreaking product exclusive to NZHL. And basically what it shows is exactly the number of years you're going to save from your home loan, and the tens and thousands of dollars you're going to save in interest. And this is only exclusively available to NZHL clients to manage their home loans. Protect your most valuable assets. So, I mean, we all know that unforeseen circumstances happen in life where all our financial plans can actually, go out of track. So we offer insurance also.
So most people may have a car insurance, but they don't really have something in place for their income, because that's their biggest asset, and that's something you should protect.
And so a lot of time I get asked the question that do we charge any fees or kind of money for providing all the financial advice. So at NZHL there is no day-to-day transactions. There's free DebtNav software available, and plus free consultation with financial advisors every year.
So basically we want to summarize to say, basically don't pay any more interest. Get ahead with the structure. If you think you're doing better, you can still do quite good, much better. It's all about planning, monitoring and reviewing, and it's very rewarding because that reward comes back to you. And at the end of the day, it's not about the interest. Do it right now. Don't regret it later on. So basically we just want to leave you with this slide, what we're all about. We're also out back. Come and see us, have a chat with us. We're also running a raffle, and we're going to draw that out at the dinner today. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to all our sponsors. And with that, it's time for a little intermission. Feel free to stretch your legs, have a drink, and meet us back here in 15 minutes.
අපි දැන් සංගමයේ ඉතිහාසය පිළිබඳ කෙටි වීඩියෝවක් නරඹමු.
We will now be showing a short film on the history of the Sri Lankan Friendship Society of Waikato.
We would also like you to go and have a look at our newly developed webpage, which has been done by Mr. Harshana Veerasinghe and team.
We now invite the Honourable David Bennett, MP for Hamilton East, to come present his speech.
Ndawak Wera Visi Paz Wazarata Suba Pantham. I was hoping to say well done and congratulations on 25 years. So it's an amazing achievement, and I just want to acknowledge everybody that is here tonight that has been instrumental in making those 25 years so successful. There's people that have taken active roles within committees and performances, but there's also people that have supported in their own way by being at these events and being part of the Sri Lankan community. And it is that wider community that we're all here tonight to really thank and appreciate and value in these recognition of 25 years. We've got many speeches tonight, and everybody's pretty much said everything that needs to be said, but first of all, I would just like to acknowledge the terrible events that happened in Sri Lanka this year, and as we heard before, it shows the reaction of both New Zealanders and Sri Lankans in our separate countries, but as people together, has been very much a similar reaction of wanting to work towards peace and a world which is one which everybody can get along and really be themselves. And I think that's a very strong attribute of the Sri Lankan culture. Another important thing, I think, that just looking at those pictures and seeing how wonderful it is that nobody's aged in any of the pictures, but we've still got song and dance, and that culture and traditions have been coming through as was expected and wanted in the initial contribution of this organisation. But we can see that their next generations have grown up performing, being confident and being proud Sri Lankan New Zealanders. And that is something I think you should all be very thankful and proud of that you have achieved in that. The wonderful young people that have come through this community that represent the Sri Lankan New Zealanders in Hamilton so very well, represent what you have achieved over 25 years. And I think the other thing I would like to say is that the Sri Lankan community is one that has a major contribution to this city, as we've heard tonight. But it's actually the essence of the spirit of being a Sri Lankan, I think, is much more important. That friendliness, that openness, and not wanting to use the Prime Minister's words, that kindness, is an element and an attribute of being Sri Lankan that you never want to lose, because it is such a special part of being able to come to these events, being able to share that kindness, being able to share that real feeling of welcomeness and openness and pride in your history and your future, that really I think sets the Sri Lankan community apart from many others. So congratulations, it's been a wonderful 25 years. It's been a pleasure for us to be able to share that with you, but what is more important is what you have achieved in that 25 years, which is a wonderful community with that spirit of Sri Lankan culture alive and well in the next generations. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, David Bennett, for your speech. ආදරයක හැඟුමක් විජය කුමාරතුංග සහ මාලිනී බුලත් සිංහ විසින් මුල් ගායන කරන ලද මෙම ගීතය ඔවුන්ගේ සුන්දර අතීතය සිහිපත් කරමින් අද ගායන කරන්නේ අපගේ සොඳුරු පෙම්වත් යුවළ නදී සහ රුවන්.
Our next item is a song which expresses the instant connection between a man and woman when they first meet. Choreographed by Michelle and Ressa, dancing to the song are Tyler and Alice, and singing it for us today are Ruan and Nadi.
Absolutely amazing singing. Well done. We would now like to invite the Honourable Tim McIndoe, MP for Hamilton West, to come say a few words.
Suba Sendavak, Vanaka, Kumasta, Salam Alaikum, Tanatato Katoa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is daunting to follow so many other wonderful speakers, and as David mentioned a moment ago, particularly to try to find a new angle, but I will try to do that. But could I begin, as others have done, by congratulating each and every one of you on this wonderful achievement of 25 years of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society Waikato. We are delighted for you, and we acknowledge each and every one of you. I particularly want to acknowledge Dr. Malcolm Martinez as your inaugural president, who's been sitting down here, and it was wonderful to see him in one of the photographs in the montage we saw earlier. In his comment, both in the program and when he spoke to us, he noted that the society began with just 3 families. And of course, those 3 families could have fitted into the living room of one house in those days. And you have grown now to the stage where you almost fill the Clarence Street Theatre. And that's a tremendous expression of confidence amongst yourselves in your community, and shows how much you have come to embrace the country that we all now delight in calling home. So to President Nihal Nugegoda and all the past and present committee members, I congratulate you all and thank you, as others have done, for the great contribution you make to our community in so many different fields, but particularly in our health services, in academia, particularly up at the university, and in research and technology. The great future in this country is in science, and it's wonderful to see so many of your community leading the way in that regard. Could I also say thank you to all the performers, because the performances we've had tonight have been superb. I also would like to mention a few other people. We've had so many distinguished people have been acknowledged already. But could I acknowledge Mano Manohoran, who has been, from your community, the head of the United Nations Association Waikato branch, I think for 13 or 14 years. It's a very long period of time. He's always a great supporter of new citizens in our community and also of our young people through the debating tournaments and other things. And so I just want to thank Mano. And another treasure, a taung of our community, is Mr. Ravinda Power, the president of the Waikato Multicultural Council. And both Mano and Ravinda, I can't see anyone at the moment, but I know that they're still down there in the second row. Thank you. I can hear David. But thank you to those two gentlemen. David made the comment about the fact that nobody was looking any older in the montage. I was going to note that he was wearing the same tie 12 years ago that he's wearing tonight. But unfortunately, I then saw one of the pictures and realised tonight I'm wearing the same suit that I saw. Let me say something different just to finish off. Not only have you all contributed in your many different ways, and it's lovely to see you inculcating in your children a love of their new country, but also an awareness and an appreciation of their heritage. But we have recently had the pleasure of hearing confirmation that your president, Nihal Nugegoda, has been appointed a JP. And I think he is the first from the Sri Lankan community. So, Nihal, it was a pleasure to be able to support you in that nomination, and it's a particular pleasure in the 25th Silver Jubilee year to see the Sri Lankan community being recognised in that way. And it brings to mind the fact that in a few months' time we have the local body elections. And I would hope that we will see sooner rather than later a member of the Sri Lankan community from here in Hamilton represented either on the Hamilton City Council or perhaps on the Waikato Regional Council, maybe at some stage in the future on the Waikato District Health Board. And I do encourage you, if you have members of your community who have that sort of heart for community service, to consider putting yourselves forward, because we are enriched when the diversity of our community is represented. And I'll finish with this point. 2 weeks ago in New Zealand's Parliament, which David and I have the pleasure and privilege of serving in, we welcomed the first Member of Parliament from our Pinoy community, our first Filipino community. And Jovi, I know, was particularly delighted that Dr. Paulo Garcia was sworn in as a Member of Parliament. Yes, it does seem to want to go down. It's probably giving me a hint. I think it is only a matter of time before we will also have a Member of Parliament from the Sri Lankan community. I can tell you that in the New Zealand National Party, of which David and I are members, there is a member of your community up in Auckland who is actively undergoing training in the hope of becoming a candidate for national. But again, I'd like to think that at some stage in the near future, you will have the pleasure of hearing your language spoken, your values upheld, your community represented in the New Zealand Parliament. And perhaps you could turn to the person beside you and say, why not you? So congratulations to you all. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you so much for the privilege of being able to share this very special occasion with you.
Thank you, Mr. Tim McIndle. ඔබ කවදාවත් හොඳට බලලා තිබෙනවද පොල් ගහක් දිහා? පොල් ගහ කියන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ බහුලව තියෙන ගහක්. හැබැයි මේ වගේ රටවල් වල නම් මේ ගහ ආසාවකටවත් බලන්න නැහැ. වින්දයා විජේසිංහ, හංසනී ගමගෙදර සහ ශිරෝමා ලියන ගුණවර්ධන නිර්මාණය කරන ලද ජානකී රන්කොත්ගේ විසින් සම්බන්ධීකරණය ලද මීළඟ අංගය අපට පෙන්눔 කරලා දෙනවා මේ ගහ අපේ සංස්කෘතියට කොයිතරම් වටිනවාද කියලා.
The humble coconut tree. We in Sri Lanka are blessed with the abundance of such trees around the country. This next dance shows how integral the coconut tree is to Sri Lankan life, using props made from different parts of the coconut tree. Choreographed by Vindhya Vijayasinghe, Hansini Gamagedara and Shiroma Lienagurdnavardhana, and coordinated by Janaki Rankotke, we present to you the girls' dance group.
තුසිත පුර සොඳා වැටුනිද කම්තුරු එපුර තව්තිසා පවනට රුසිරු තුසිත එපුර වැටුනේ පිබිතුරු කම්තුරු නම් වේවිසිතුරු සොඳ වැටුනේ වේවිසිතුරු කම්තුරු නම් වේපිවිතුරු මෙතුරු සොඳුරු වේපිවිතුරු මෙපුර මහරු තම්දන තම්දාන තනා මේ පිවිතුරු සොඳ කප්තුරු පිවිතුරු කප්තුරු වේ සොඳුරු වේ
Brilliant dance kids. මීළඟ අලංකාර නර්තනය වන්නේ මෙලනි ජයකුමාර විසින් නිර්මාණය කරන ලද පුෂ්පාංජලි නැමැති භාරත නර්තනාංගයයි. මෙම නර්තනය අද ඔබට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ අප සංගමයේ පොඩි නංගිය කිසාරා පීරිස්.
Choreographed by Melanie Jayakumar, our next item is a dance called Pushpanjali. Pushpanjali in Sanskrit means folded hands filled with flowers as an offering to God. And tonight, performing this traditional dance is Kesara Piris.
That was an amazing performance, Kisara. That was spectacular. It is now our pleasure to invite Jenny Nand from the Department of Internal Affairs to address the society.
Ayubhuan, Kia ora, good evening, namaste everybody. This was a complete shock to me when I was asked to be one of your speakers. I'm replacing Rob Pesco, so I'm the new improved version of him. And I have to say, actually, it's quite daunting, like Tim said before, following the great speakers we've had tonight. And I will also try to find a new angle while here. One of the things I also want to let you know that I'm also a migrant. I came here with my parents about 25 years ago. So as a migrant, I understand what the trials and tribulations families face when they are settling into a new country. My parents made a lot of sacrifices so that their kids could have good education, so we can contribute effectively to New Zealand, towards Hamilton as well. So to all the parents, all the grandparents sitting in the audience, thank you for doing such an amazing, amazing job, because your the performances we saw today, from being the MC with the little kids performing here, that's the testament of your hard work. So thank you once again. Now coming back to the Sri Lankan Friendship Society, 25 years. That's amazing. That's a huge milestone. I work with a lot of not-for-profit organizations, and it's not easy to achieve that milestone. So hats off to you and to Uncle that started the and laid the pillar or the foundation stone for this organization, and for all the trustees that actually continuously do the hard work to keep the organization going. Thank you once again. And to the young ones, to the youth, I want to leave you with this message here today. Please honor the sacrifice that your parents have made. Continue to be the best you can be, and I know that New Zealand is your home. You're a strong, proud Sri Lankan Kiwis. Let's continue to make New Zealand as beautiful as it is. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Jenny Nam.
අපි මීළඟට වේදිකාවට ගෙන එන්න සූදානම් වන්නේ සුනිල් එදිරිසිංහයන් විසින් ගැයූ ලද රාරා රා බොම්බියේ යන ජනප්‍රිය ගීතයට යශෝදරා දිරුෂි හා චමිලා හේගොඩ පුහුණුව යටතේ සහ ඉනෝකා අබේවර්ධනගේ ධම්මිතා පෙරේරාගේ සම්බන්ධීකරණය යටතේ අපගේ සංගමේ පුංචි නංගිලා මල්ලිලා කරන අපූර්ව නර්තනයටයි.
Next up, we have a dance to a song by Sri Lankan classical musician Sunil Edirisinghe. They will be dancing to one of his most popular songs, Ra 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 Bombiye.
Ra 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 bombiye muave anangiye ra 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 bombiye muave anangiye Japan mandolin nadakar Japan mandolin nadakar aurudu handiye කිව්වත් ලෝකෙට පරකාසේ දේශේ හැටියට නොම වෙයි එන බාසේ සීගිරි කැටපත් පවුරේ ඇත සංගීතේ මිහිරට ගයමු කොමල්ලියේ සීපද ගීතේ අවුරුදු වෙයි හන්දියේ මුවාවෙයන් නංගියේ අවුරුදු වෙයි හන්දියේ මුවාවෙයන් මල්ලියේ Ra 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 bombiye muave anangiye Japan mandolin nadakar Japan mandolin nadakar aurudu handiye Lai 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 wat diole benyo kaage wat pattandara mokatada sinyo kalen kaleta kiyawei neka neka baila desa basa rakumata nuwanin weda karapalla awurudu ei handiye muwaveyan nangiye awurudu ei handiye muwaveyan malliye Ra 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 bombiye muave anangiye Arara bombiye Muaviyan nangiye Japan Mendeling nadakar Japan Mendeling nadakar Avrudu eihan biye
We now call upon Hamilton City Councillor Paula Southgate to come and address us.
Good evening, everyone. I think the microphone is at its maximum height for me. Yeah. Look, thank you. It's a great pleasure and a privilege to be here today to celebrate with you 25 years of the Sri Lankan friendship in the Waikato. And I just reiterate what a lot of my other colleagues have said, that a great vote of thanks goes to all of those people who helped establish it in the very beginning, 25 years ago, who had a vision to preserve your culture and your special ways for all of your people who've chosen to live here in Hamilton. And I think that's pretty amazing. I think the well-being of people is clear when you can retain your own language, your own dances, your own culture. And we've seen it here tonight. We've seen how the well-being of people shines through when they're able to be their whole self and participate not only in the culture of their new country, but retain all of those things that are important to them. And so from that point of view, it's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here. And I've just thoroughly enjoyed all of the acts, all of the music, all of the dancing. And earlier on we did hear a song that spoke of great tolerance. That was the prayer to Krishna, and I was listening very carefully to the words of that, and I was very impressed to have a message of peace and tolerance that is inclusive of all people. So thank you very much for having me here with you tonight.
එදා අතීතයේ ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය වීර දූපුතුන් රට යටත් විජිතයන්ගෙන් බේරා ගැනීම වෙනුවෙන් හඬු කඳුළන් හා හෙළුලේ අනන්තයි අප්‍රමාණයි. අපගේ මේ සූදානම එම සුන්දර අභිමානවත් අතීතයට ගායන වැල්ලු පිටිය විසින් නිර්මාණය කරන ලද ඉතා අලංකාර නර්තනාංගයකින් සමීප වන්නටයි.
Choreographed by Garni Verlupitia and coordinated by Ashni Jaisingha, our next item is a folk dance that takes us back in time to the period of history when different nations were trying to capture our island. It expresses the strength of our youth and ancient traditions.
පෘතුගීසි, ලන්දේසි, ඉංග්‍රීසින්ට එරෙහි සිංහලේ සටනයි මේ.
පෘතුගීසි ලන්දේසින් සමග ඉංග්‍රීසි සිංහලේ බලේ අල්ලන්නට සටන් කළේ. යුද්ධයටත් ඇවිත් පෘතුගීසි ලන්දේසින් සමග ඉංග්‍රීසි සිංහලේ බලේ අල්ලන්නට සටන් කළේ.
ගව් බලය හමුවේ චෝලයින් පවා පෙරදුවේ තමයි අපේ ඉතිහාසක කතන්දරේ.
ජාතිය දොන් ජුවන් වගේ රූකඩ
අන්දලයි කලින් කලමේ රට යටත් කළේ
මින්දගම් මිටම් පුදකර නම් ගුණාමයෙන් තුටකර ගැත්තොබෝ කරන් සුද්දන් රට යටත් කළේ
කරන් සුද්දන් රට යටත් කළේ
සමග ඉංග්‍රීසි සිංහලේ බලේ අල්ලන්නට සටන් කළේ
උංගව් බලය හමුවේ චෝලයින් පවා පෙරදුනේ තමයි අපේ ඉතිහාසක කතන්දරේ
කූට වූ උපා නොම දැන
කිවිසුමක් එදා උඩරට අත්සනුත් කළේ
අන්තරාසියක් ආවද දේශයේ උතුම් නිදහස දන්තදා සමිඳු රැකදේ රත්තරන් පුතේ
දන්තදා සමිඳු රැකදේ රත්තරන් පුතේ
දෙකක් ඇවිත් පෘතුගීසි ලන්දසින් සමග ඉංග්‍රීසි සිංහලේ බලේ අල්ලන්නට සටන් කළේ
උංගව් බලය හමුවේ චෝලයින් පවා පෙරදුනේ තමයි අපේ ඉතිහාසක කතන්දරේ
Amazing performance, boys. Somasiri Madagedra saha Chandralekha Pereira visin mul gayana karna lada mutu mutu වැස්සේ නැවති මෙම ගීතය අද ගයන්නේ මිගාර වීරරත්න සහ සනාලි රන්මන්ගල විසින්
සිංහලේ බලේ අල්ලන්නට සටන්
Our next item is a popular love song, Mutu Mutu Vasse, originally sung by Somasiri Madagedra and Chandralekha Pereira. This song expresses the natural fears of falling in love again because it stirs up old feelings of hurt. Tonight, it will be sung by Migara Veeraratna and Dinali Ranmadagala.
අද දින උත්සවයේ නන්නායනයි සහායනු බොහෝ දෙනෙක් සිටිනවා. මෙම ප්‍රසංගය ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට අවංකව දායක වූ සියලු දෙනා වෙනුවෙන් ස්තුති කතාව කිරීම සඳහා දැන් අපි වේදිකාවට ආරාධනා කරන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා වයිකටෝ මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමේ ලේකම් නියමාල් පෙරේරාට.
This wonderful occasion simply could have not been possible without all those who helped behind the scenes. I therefore warmly welcome the Secretary of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society, Niomal Pereira, to present the word of thanks.
Venerable Dunwila Teyadero, distinguished guests, members and friends. That was quite an evening of entertainment, and I feel quite honored and privileged to be able to propose this vote of thanks at the 25th anniversary commemoration of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society. Let me begin by thanking the Venerable Dunwila Meteya for being present with us on this very special day and bestowing on us those words of wisdom which is an inspiration to all of us gathered here, regardless of our religious affiliation. I wish to thank our distinguished guests for accepting our invitation, some at rather short notice. Your presence here tonight makes us feel privileged, and we are indeed honored. I wish to reflect on Tim McIndoe's speech. I think it was news to us that Nihal had been appointed the Justice of the Peace. He never mentioned it to us. We knew it was in the pipeline, but we did not know that he had been, it was almost finalized now. So on behalf of the Sri Lanka Friendship Society, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Nihal, or rather congratulate Nihal on being appointed the Justice of the Peace in New Zealand. I would also like to reflect on Jenny's speech, very inspiring. I think you inspired our younger generation, you being a migrant yourself, and as to the sacrifices that the parents are making, I think that was a good point made there. And if I may reflect on Paula's speech, I think she made a very important point which has been emphasized before by Martin Gallagher and even Diane Yates long time ago, where they all mentioned to us that we should never forget our own language, because that's the thing that keeps us together, the Sri Lankan culture together. So I think that was a very, very important message to all of us here. Next, I would like to show our appreciation and gratitude to the organizations and individuals who sponsor us and support us by way of grants, donations, and advertisements, which help us with events such as this. If not for them, none of this would be possible. I would like to especially thank the Well Energy Trust, Hamilton City Council, Trust Waikato, New Zealand Lottery Board, Creative Waikato, Lion Foundation, New Zealand Post, and Yellow Pages, and the Ministry of Internal Affairs, through which we get the COGS grant. The choreographers and coordinators, these are our own members with exceptional talent, who have devoted their valuable time to train our children, which has indeed brought out the talents of the children, as we all saw. I think they all have done a fantastic job, which I acknowledge with gratitude. Our thanks and appreciation are also due to all the children and all those who performed on stage today. I also acknowledge the contribution by the parents. They too truly deserve our appreciation for their efforts, particularly during the last few weeks, keeping up with the hectic schedules of rehearsals and practices. I also take this opportunity to thank the technical and IT teams over there for the wonderful designing, compilation, and coordinated presentation of the colorful background themes, along with the appropriate lighting. We are honored and indeed privileged to have you in our community, and truly value your expertise, professionalism, and the time devoted by you to add color to this event. Next, I would like to thank the media team, which includes the photographers and videographers, for the support given to us in covering this memorable event. I'm sure that in the next 25 years, the work that you have done today would be appreciated very much. Let us also show our appreciation to all those who assisted us with the designing and production of all those colorful costumes. It has to be acknowledged that it was a tremendous task, a job well done. We also offer our sincere thanks to all those others who assisted us in numerous ways, too many to name, but your assistance is greatly appreciated. Last but not least, the compeers, they did a wonderful job, and I hope that they keep it up and improve maybe at the next event as well. In concluding, if I may quote Melody Beatty, who said, "Gratitude makes sense of the past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow." And William James, who said, "The deepest craving of human nature is the need to be appreciated." So please join me in giving all those involved in tonight's events a big round of applause. Thank you.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමයේ ප්‍රවේත ක්‍රියාංගදී සමාජිකයෙකු රුවන් ප්‍රාන්දු මහත්මයාගේ අධිෂ්ඨානය යටතේ පුහුණු වූ මෙම සංගීත කණ්ඩායම අද ඔබට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ මාතරආරච්චි චිත්‍රපටයේ ගායක වික්ටර් රත්නායකයන් ගැයූ අඳුරු බිඳින්නට යන ගීතය හා සීටි ප්‍රනාන්දු විසින් ගැයූ සීගිරි සුකුමාරයේ යන ගීතයන්. පිළිගන්න මිත්‍රත්ව සංගමයේ සබූහ ගායක කණ්ඩායම.
We now have two group songs which will be led by Ruan Fernando, who tonight celebrates having led his 50th group song. The first song being sung is from the movie Madhara Archie, originally sung by Victor Ratnayaka. Following this, they will be performing Sigiri Sukumaliye, a song sung by C.T. Fernando, which describes the millennia-old wall paintings of the maidens in Sigiriya. We also ask that anyone who is related to the performances tonight please come to the backstage for the grand finale. We also invite the committee members to join everyone backstage. We now invite anyone who was part of tonight's performances to come onto stage. This includes anyone who was in choreography, in coordination, and even the committee members.
Pava suvandai, ape suvandai, me අනන්තට අතට අතදී බෙදා දුන්නට අපේ සිරිය සිරිය ස්තුතියි ස්තුති ශ්‍රී ලංකා ස්තුතියි ස්තුති ශ්‍රී ලංකා
ගල් කුළු පුරා සරුසාර අස්වනු සදා බෝ ආයු පුදනා තුරා සැක නැතුවයි බය නැතුවයි ඉන්නේ
සීසාන ගල් කුළු පුරා නිති සරුසාර අස්වනු සදා බෝ ආයු පුදනා තුරා සැක නැතුවයි බය නැතුවයි ඉන්නේ අපි ගැන ලෝකෙම අපි ගැන අපිටම උදම හිතෙනි සත්‍යකින්ම අද සෝබාගාමේ සැබෑ ලස්සන ලබා දුන්නට
However, where would our manners be if there wasn't a meal to follow such a great show? Therefore, we invite you all to come and join us for dinner at the Hamilton Bridge Club, which is 20 Richmond Street. And so, from all the MCs and all the performers, we would like to thank you all for attending and have a very good night.